Good morning and welcome to Meenakshi Tarot. This is a reading for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Venus rising. I have been offline for a bit, so I am hoping that all will be well going forward and I can continue this for a longer period of time. So, Cancer, this is for your Sun, Moon, and Venus rising. We're looking for towards the 20th to the 26th of June for you. I see that some of you have engaged in new partnerships. So I've done a 3-card spread here, recent past, present, and recent future. That's what I'm going to be looking at doing for you. It's a spread that I do like doing, and I find it, it's not specific to anything. So I've done it general to see where this is leading to see what messages Spirit has for you. So I see that there has been new partnerships for some of you. It could have been very promising. It's like something that's supposed to be very good. It's supposed to take you away from your situations, from problems. It was supposed to be a very positive union. However, the situation seems to be causing a lot of you a lot of stress and a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of worries. There seems to be a lot of conflict with regards to the situation, Cancer. I see that there has been, in this recent past, it was sort of like an economic change that was coming your way. And there was this excitement that things were going to improve, step by step as you work towards it, and you didn't rush towards this. But at the same time, you found that there may have been somebody rushing towards you, somebody with this air energy, somebody who had this very lackadaisical, almost bohemian lifestyle that was rushing you, wanting answers, wanting decisions from you, wanting commitment from you. And I see that some of you might have felt quite conflicted in this situation. See, there was a lot of conflict. You've had to, stand up for yourself. You could have had to fight for the situation, and this could have exhausted a lot of you. I see that there is a lot of exhaustion, constantly needing to fight, constantly needing to explain yourself, and it's almost as though you feel with the center card here that you need some time out. You need some time to think, to reflect, to know what it is that you want to do and where it is that you need to move yourself. With this Queen of Cups energy, it's a beautiful water energy. It's your energy. It's saying to you, it's, water is Pisces, it is Cancer, and it is Scorpio. This is saying to you that you need to love yourself a little more. I know some of you may want to show the person that you love some affection. You may want to buy them stuff. You may want to, shower them with gifts. But you need to be kind to yourself right now, especially with all this pushing and tugging on yourself that has happened in this recent situation, in this recent past, in this present situation. There's a lot of you that are in this state of being where you're feeling quite, self-possessed, knowing, what, I've got my stuff in order, I know what I'm doing. And this is what people are seeing. They're seeing somebody who knows what they're doing, where their love is flowing. The love life is probably really good for some of you, and things are looking very good. And you can see that, with hard work and perseverance, you're achieving the goals that you've wanted, that you set yourself out to do. Some of you are needing to balance yourself. You're needing to maybe root yourself spiritually. Some of you may need to also have some time alone. So we're seeing this Cancer. We're seeing that there's almost like two sides of the situation. There's Cancerians that are going through a lot of stress and trauma. They have a lot to endure. They've been pushed and rushed into situations that are stressing them out. There are those that are feeling quite rested, loved, and wanted and cherished, and in their situations, but they're also needing to have some time out to reflect. We see that, that there's a lot of, hard work gone into this. Some of you might have isolated yourself, because of what you've achieved in your life, and you feel that you don't want to carry unnecessary trauma and burdens and attach yourself to people that you think are very problematic. But like I said, there is this union that has now become very stressful to many of you. Many of you are feeling very weighted down by the situation, and you would really like to escape the situation. You really would like to move on, but you must be mindful Now you could end up running from one calamity to another, and that's really what you want to avoid, Cancer. You don't want to be running from one situation to another. Some of you could have some Virgo energy people in your space. Let's see, get a bit more clarity. Some of you, in terms of your love situation seems to be quite, intense. You seem to be feeling quite positive about it. Four of Swords come up twice here, Virgo. Oh, sorry, not Virgo. Cancer. You may have a Virgo in your space, but Taurus energies also come up here. Some of you could have Taurus or Virgo in your chart. Could also be, you could have this Taurus or Virgo person in your space. So, some of you have been moving quite slowly towards a love situation, and the messages has been quite quick. Five of Wands. Some of you could be having, it's also repeated, you could be having a situation of conflict in your love situation. Some of you could be feeling that you're always having to argue, you're always having to defend yourself, There's a lot of decisions that is coming through for you, a lot of decisions that's going to cause a lot of change for you, and some of you may find yourself having to learn new things, having to study further. I'm not reading reversals, Cancer. Knight of Pentacles is twice as well. So definitely there's definitely you're facing a bit of a trial here as the cards are unfolding. There are a few challenges that you are facing. Amidst these challenges, Cancer, there's a lot of joy, there's a lot of happiness, there's a lot of things to be thankful for. You've achieved a lot in your life. There's a lot of blessings. You've got to be so mindful of also having a lot of toxic situations around you. I see there's also Capricorn energy coming through here. I see these could be some air energy as well, a strong masculine energy. We're looking at an Aquarian, a Gemini, a Libra in your space. So you've got a Taurus energy coming through, you've got the Virgo energy coming through here. So all in all, you have to be very mindful about a lot of things. You need to show yourself some love and some attention. You need to be, very clear, very kind to yourself. Some people could have a love interest that's a little younger than themselves in their space. So you got to be very mindful of your thoughts on this matter, Cancer. You got to be very mindful of your words in this matter. Some of you are having this, you're steadily working towards creating this happy family situation, and there's a lot of things that you get to celebrate, that you can celebrate. A lot of you may be planning on upcoming birthdays or parties that you want to plan for and celebrate that. So be mindful of the opportunities that you get to celebrate yourself. And even though you are feeling in this positive zone that you have achieved a lot for yourself, Cancer, you do need to take some time out for rest, to recuperate, to decide what it is that you want, where it is that you need to be. Some of you may be thinking of making some big changes, some drastic changes. And as you look at these changes, Cancer, it's new beginnings for some of you. Some of you are looking at studying further, maybe studying further or learning something new on the job. It's going to increase your financial opportunities. Some of you are needing to take some time out. Some of you also may probably need to get some advice and some assistance from somebody who has a bit more wisdom. You might be feeling quite burdened, but you must remember you've learned a lot in your situation. You've learned a lot from the past, and now you need to take this knowledge and put it into practice. You can't keep learning the same lessons over and over. And in terms of this conflict that keeps coming up, you've got to be so mindful of your words. You've got to be so mindful of how you approach people. Be mindful of how the messages that you're sending through on a digital format as well. Think before you speak. It's so important that you do that, Cancer. Try not to rush into situations. Try not to create trauma and conflict. Because overall you do have a lot to celebrate, but you need to bring this balance within yourself. I'd see that some of you should actually concentrate and consider something like meditation of some kind, because you really have this literally like a broad spectrum of how things can be. There's this conflict, but there's also tranquility. There's tension, but there's also the opportunity to have some time alone. There's sleepless nights, but there's also the opportunity to create balance within yourself so that you don't have the stress. So Cancer, you need to literally just take control of yourself. Try not so much to control other people, especially those younger than yourself, those that you could have children in your space that you're responsible for. You need to be a good steward of your own life, Cancer, instead of trying to, constantly dictate to the younger energies. Some of them, they know exactly what it is that they want. You have to trust that you have raised, if it's your children, that you've raised them well and they know right from wrong. And I always wonder, when parents are so concerned, is it because of the children or is it because of themselves? You need to ask yourself, you have your own life, your own responsibility. You have to be a good steward of your own life. If you have not raised the kids properly when they were young, you can't make a crooked tree straight when it's grown up. You're supposed to have done all of that in the beginning stages of life. This is not a parenting reading. This is more like, take responsibility. Even in a work situation, young people might come up with new ideas and new ways of doing things, and you have to flow with this new way of learning, this new way of doing things. Be open to new technology. Be open to new ways of doing things, Cancer. You need to, literally, you're on the cusp of change, so you need to allow change to happen for yourself, Cancer. With all of this happening, take a moment to pause, take a moment to think and reflect. And if you like this reading, if any part of this reading resonated with you, then please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel so you'll receive notifications. And I'll see you guys again next week. So take care and goodbye.